So it's time for another dividend income update video, and for December I received 8 dividend paychecks, and we're going to look at who those payers are and we'll see how my portfolio is performing. We're also going to round up all the dividends that I received for 2021, and I'll share with you later on what my plans are for this dividend portfolio for this year 2022. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Dred and I post personal finance and dividend investing videos and pretty much anything related to money, but right now I am documenting my journey in paying off my student loans. So if you're interested in seeing how everything unfolds or just want to show your support, then please consider subscribing to the channel, liking this video, and also sharing this video. And with that out of the way, let's get back to the main thing because I want to jump right straight to my phone so that we can see my numbers in Webull. So here we are on the dashboard of Webull. As you can totally see, my account value right now is at $8,222.34. So an open PNL of around $820 and then 11.13% of growth. So that is quite massive. That is one of the biggest growths I've ever seen this account have, experienced. So I'm really happy for that one. I still have a cash balance of around $26.91. Obviously going to be using that one throughout this month. So we'll just see what stocks are on a discount, so that I can buy more of them. But anyway, my positions are at 15 right now. I still have Stag, Good, O, ABBV, SCHH, PDI, Main, ABR, EPD, NYCB, Store, ONL, LFT, GNL, and lastly T. Top 5 movers here is Stag with 53.66% of growth. That kind of like equates to $581.04 of growth right there. And then next one is Good with $218.28 or a 22.06% growth. Then the third one right here is O. We have $127.93 or 19.26%. And then we have AbbVie right here with $70.74 for 21.12% of growth. And then lastly, for the top 5 right here, we have SCHH with $31.20 for 24.83% growth. Now let's move over to the losers or the top 5 losers. And whenever I say losers, it's mostly because like I see the red, but it's basically just the bottom 5 on my list. So the bottom 5 really is AT&T first with negative $196.75 or a decline in value of around 20.31%. Next is GNL with $80.34 or 6.06% of loss there. Then the next one right here is LFT, $10.98 or 10.22% decline. And then ONL or Orion Office REIT, $2.50, 11.74%. And then the last one right here is Store. We have $2.89 or 1.72% kind of like growth. So it's not technically a loser, it's just the 4 here that is the loser, but these are the bottom 5 stocks that I own. So I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. Instead of actually going straight to the dividends, I want to go over the buys and sells for the month of December. Now I actually don't have any sell. There's only 2 right here. I have Store and ABR. I bought Store with a limit price of $33.35, which is pretty good. I really want to buy more of Store because that is pretty much in line with my plans that I kind of like said in my previous videos. So there you go, 2 shares of Store. And then finally we got ABR right here. I bought 4 shares of ABR with 16.75 as the limit price. And then there you go, on both of them on the 20th of December, so 5 days before Christmas. I just wanted to get in there because I had some extra funds. I think this is from my previous dividends that I still didn't use, and then I had an extra $100 as my monthly contribution. So overall I think I spent around $130 ish just for these 2 stocks. Now I did say that my buying spree has kind of ended already because I didn't sell any more of my positions or closed any of my positions. So there you go, just these 2, just 6 shares. Let's move over next to my dividend records because this is pretty much what this video is all about. So I got PCI right here, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just to confirm, I got 8 dividend paychecks for the month of December. As you can see right here, the first one is PCI or PIMCO Dynamic Credit and Mortgage. I got $3.48 from my 20 shares. And I believe that PCI actually did kind of change names, or I think it was a merger. I'm actually gonna go over that in another video where I kind of go over my entire stock portfolio. But anyway, Schwab UST REIT or SCHH got paid on the 12th of December with $1.01. And then the next one right here is another PCI dividend. I do believe this is a special dividend. So they paid me on the 13th for $3.48, the same payment that they made on the very first of the month. The next one right here is Main Street Capital. On the 14th of December, they paid me $1.47. And then Realty, the next one on the 14th as well, with $2.71. Now the next one right here is Stag on the 14th as well, $4.35. And then we got another Main Street Capital special dividend, I believe here. So I got 70 cents right here. So pretty cool, like they've been giving me special dividends. I believe that is kind of like customary for some dividend stocks, that they pay out some sort of special dividends, at the end of the year. So there you go. And then finally, we have Good right here on the 30th of December. They paid me $5.89. So if you total all the dividends that I got for December, I received $23.09 in dividends. And now if I actually compare this one to my previous quarter, which is actually September, you can see from the charts right here that I earned $18.25 on September. And as a result, that is actually an increase of at least $4.84. So totally not bad at all. That's one of the things that we actually want to see, that we're growing our dividends at least month after month, or maybe even quarter by quarter. Now, if I actually compare my December dividends to the previous month, which is November, now if I go over, it's actually $52.61 for November. So comparing that one, it's obviously a very big difference. The results are down, it's $29.52 less. So that is totally okay, because I believe that November and, the quarters starting November is pretty much one of the highest months that I always receive. So I'm actually working on, increasing the other months that are, lacking or, behind. So that is it for my December 2021 dividends. Let's take a look now at my entire 2021 dividends, because that is quite exciting, kind of like seeing how much you've earned from the previous year and then to the year now. It's actually quite amazing to just see, because you also see your own growth, your own portfolio's growth. You start thinking about what you've done throughout the entire year, just investing consistently. And then let's look at my entire 2021 dividend earnings. Now, if you actually look at this chart, for January, I earned $50.54. And then for February, $26.01. For March, $16.43. April, $54.12. May 31.56, June 17.93, July 57.38, August $34.91, September 18.25, October 49.95, November 52.61, and then for December 23.09, as I mentioned earlier. If I total everything together, the dividends I received for 2021 totals to $432.78, which is pretty amazing, because if I compare this one to my 2020 results, which I actually earned around $350.37, pretty amazing, guys. That's really what I like about dividend, investing, because you can actually see your growth, month after month and even year after year. So this is really what I really like to do, and I think this is why I really love, or fell in love even, with dividend investing. So if you actually look at this chart again, guys, like, you'll notice that January, April, and then July, and then October is usually the highest months that I receive. Now, there is an exception here, because for October, $49.95. If you go back at least 3 months, that is July, $57 and then $49. It's not supposed to be like that, right? It's supposed to go higher than $57. But for October, I think around September or October, I actually sold or closed some of my positions. That's why my dividend earnings for October fell. And then what happened instead was that I started investing in different dividend stocks that actually paid out a month after, and that was with November. So for November, $52.61 instead. So it's a lot higher compared to October. And you know what, that's just a small observation that I've seen, looking at my charts and looking at all the data that I have. It is actually pretty good, because now at least $49 and then $52, the only month that I need to work on is basically December and the succeeding quarters. And that is that for my dividends. Let's talk about my plans for 2022. So as I mentioned in a previous video, I am increasing some specific sectors in my portfolio, but primarily I'm planning to increase my REIT holdings for a couple of reasons. And the first one for that one is that investing in REITs is the easiest way to dip my toes into investing in real estate. One of the reasons that investors go for REITs is because of its exposure to real estate without the hassles of owning real estate. While there may be a lot of arguments against that, this actually works out for my situation, because I don't have enough capital yet to become a homeowner or even become a landlord. So it really checks out anyway. The second reason is that monthly dividends are common among REITs. The most powerful thing that you can do about your money is this thing called compounding. compounding. That just basically means that the dividends your portfolio earns is reinvested back into the portfolio, and then the dividends that you get next time is actually a lot bigger. Monthly dividends are highly preferred because you can use your money more frequently compared to quarterly dividends. If I'm able to receive my dividends sooner, then I can reinvest them back sooner and get my portfolio to grow relatively faster. The third reason is that investing in REITs is a hedge against inflation. I've recently learned that REIT stocks usually perform better when inflation is on the rise. This is because when prices increase, then rent increases too. And that rent income means consistent and maybe even bigger contributions to shareholders. But this can also be offset from what I learned by rising interest rates. While this is just one factor for it, if interest rates increase, then REITs underperform because money is hard to borrow, and that could actually eat into profits. Now, aside from REIT stocks, 2022 might also become the year for me to look into other dividend stocks that I could add into my portfolio just to kind of follow my diversification goal for my portfolio. Even though I'm planning to add more REITs, which weighs a lot in my portfolio already, adding some financials, communications, and consumer staple stocks is always a good idea. If REITs become too expensive, then I'm just going to shift my focus into these sectors and increase my holdings on those areas. Anyway, I'm aiming for a portfolio value of around $10,000 by the end of 2022, and I think that's actually quite conservative, but you know what? That's just a good amount that I'm striving for this year. And those are my earnings for December 2021 and the entire year of 2021. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you learned something here. If you have any recommendations for me, any suggestions regarding my videos, my stock picks, and all the other stuff in between, let me know in the comments below because I'd love to hear your feedback. That really helps me out in growing this channel, making these videos, and also kind of like bettering myself when it comes to analyzing these stocks, and also just in general becoming a better dividend investor. If you like content just like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you get updated whenever I post content just like this one. And also, I'm on Instagram at DailyDread. Add me there as a friend so that we can chat, collaborate, and also exchange some ideas. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!